All right, what's up, guys? So I'm going to do a little video blog here about why it's important to log your workouts, and why you'll hear your coaches at the end of every class, hey, make sure to log your workout, like log your scores. It's not really just something we say, right? We really want you to do it. And there's a few reasons, right? I used to not like log my workouts. I used to like know my maxes, and so I'd pull these percentages or whatever. But what I didn't do was those days that I just wasn't feeling it, or I maybe wasn't able to push as hard as I wanted to on my for that percentage for that particular day, I would maybe drop the weight by 10 pounds or 5% or whatever. So I never logged it. Okay, so I never was able to track like on a linear linear progress, like what I do here. And a lot of times progress doesn't have to be linear, for sure, we know that, but I was never able to see the graph of like what I did last time, really, because that's how I kind of measure my progress now. Like my 1 rep max from 2 years ago on back squat is no longer my 1 rep max, right? I'm only capable of what I can do today, okay? Sure, we found maxes with Wendler. We did all that so we could train and find percentage. But at the end of the day, right, if we're 10 pounds heavier on a 300-pound back squat than, or we're 10 pounds lower, it really doesn't change our training percentages that much. So don't get too concerned with, my 1 rep max is down by 3 pounds. What the hell, right? It could be just the day. It could be that. But so why is it important to do this? Well, for a lot of reasons, right? Now, start off with like diet, okay? Like in physical progress we make with our fitness goals. So if we don't log our workouts, we can't tell if we're actually getting stronger or not, right? So we're like, well, I feel like I'm kind of in a rut with my strength, and I'm not getting any stronger. Okay, well, cool. Let's look at your weightlifting on 2 or 3 movements over the last month. Well, I don't log it. Well, then we have nowhere to go, right? And if you're worried more about body fat percentage or weight, logging workouts is a great way to know. Aside from doing body fat percentage, if we're maintaining strength, gaining strength, and really what I mean is maintaining muscle, gaining muscle, or even losing muscle, because we know if our strength is going down, we're probably losing muscle, and we probably know that our body fat percentage is going up regardless of what the scale says. Okay, but if we're continually getting stronger, and when I mean continually, like over the course of quarterly or every 6 months, or even on a yearly basis, if we're able to log enough to see that big enough timeline, that we know that our strength is increasing, okay? Which means we're holding on to muscle, which means we have the same amount of muscle to actually help push out, to burn calories like we need to, right? So that's another reason, right? That it's good to record, because of diet purposes and being able to find out if we're actually making progress that way, right? The second reason is, again, strength, okay? Or metabolic conditioning, faster times. Like, the only way to know is to compare apples to apples. So if we do the same WOD, we don't log it. Well, I think I got this or whatever, and I think it was like 22 something or I can't really remember, but I know it was in the 22s to finish this workout. It's bogus, man. Like, know exactly what it is. Know the numbers, right? Because progress is progress. If you did a workout, if you did Fran and you did it in 8 minutes and 27 seconds, and you come back and do it 2 months later in 8 minutes and 20 seconds, who cares if it's only 7 seconds faster? It's faster. You're better. You're stronger, right? Think of it like money, right? Today you have $20. 3 months from now you have $24. We don't really complain about that. It's only $4, but nobody complains about having more money or making progress financially. So don't discount yourself. And the only way to know that is to actually truly track it. So let's look here at the Wodify My Performance card. So hopefully some of you use this, all right? So what we've got here is, and we'll kind of look at my computer. I'll try to hold this thing as steady as possible. But I logged in. I went up here to My Performance, click on it, and then I go over in the left here, and I'll look at my performance card, and I can kind of individualize this thing between my gymnastics movements, weightlifting metcons, weightlifting totals, and my PR. So I'll click on weightlifting here, okay? So I can go in here now and pick all the stuff I've done, and it tracks this for me by the date over here, right? But if I want to look at specifically back squat, I'll click in the box, I'll put back in there, it'll pull up my back squat, and it's going to pull up all of this here, my last back squat. So if I want to know on twos what I did, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? 2 at 275, 2 at 315, 2 at 345, and look, even though I was on a set of 2, I ended up with 1 rep at 375. Like, that's super important information, okay? Because even though I was doing 2s, I was only able to get 1 at 375 that day, which is a non-issue for me, right? But at least I know, okay? And we kind of see here on the 27th, I back squatted, I did 3s, and look, right? My warm-up set's in here, and it was just kind of a 3-rep max, 345 by 3, 365 by 3, right? So I know that this day I was probably feeling a little bit better than I was on the previous ones that we looked at, just because I did 375 for 1 rep and then 365 for 3, all right? So there's things I can take away from just knowing the numbers and logging it, right? Now, if we go over here to Metcons, conditioning, right? So let me find one. Let's look yesterday, okay? So here we go, right? Handstand push-ups. Here's the workout, right? Let's look. 10-minute AMRAP, all right? 100-foot single arm waiters carry, 70 pounds men, 53 pounds women. Used a kettlebell, I carried it 50 feet out and 50 feet back, all right? Went out with right arm, came back with left arm, and then I moved straight into 10 strict handstand push-ups. In 10 minutes, I got 4 rounds plus 1 rep, okay? And look, my handstand push-up breakdown, okay? Round 1, I did a set of 6, then a set of 4. 2, the same thing, and then 2 sets of 5, 3, 2, and then my final set, had enough time for 1 rep. Again, super important information, not necessarily just for this workout, but for any strict handstand push-ups, I knew that I would probably break down somewhere around the 6 or 7 range. Now, could I have done all 10 in a row on the first round? Yes. But what would my suffrage have been on the subsequent rounds after that, right? It probably would have gone down real fast. So let's look over here, right? The other Metcon before this was 4 rounds, 10 back squats, 155 pounds, 10 bench press, 155 pounds, 60-foot handstand walk. 30 and 30 means I went out 30 feet, I came back 30 feet, okay? Took me 11 minutes, 28 seconds. Look, back squats were fine, bench press got tough, all handstand walks, unbroken, 30 feet down, 30 feet back. But look, not easy, right? So I had a back squat, or a lower body movement, and then 2 upper body movements. We all know the shoulders are really involved in the bench press, so obviously that got tough. And then ultra stable in the shoulders you have to be for the handstand walk, so for sure the bench press got tough. But anyways, that's a good way to kind of look at it, and a couple of good reasons why it's good to log your WODs, okay? But these are, again, I didn't clear my queue here, right? So I'll now search just all Metcons, and everything shows up here, right? And like I said, I recently just started doing this. I'm kind of scrolling down here to see, but it looks like last 30 days. Let me take this back to this year, and I'll show you when I actually started logging, okay? This is ever, guys. Look, I did one on March the 7th. Took a little bit of time off. March 23rd. Forget it. Whatever. April 7th. Okay, and now you'll see me get a little bit more consistent. 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, right? And pretty much since, I would call it April 11th, I've logged every workout every day, and I've really seen my numbers go up from strength to faster conditioning. I haven't done my body fat, so I don't really know if it's fluctuated, but I need to do it and then do it again about 4 weeks later and just kind of see the relationship between WOD logging and body fat percentage. But I certainly know that I haven't gotten any weaker, which the body fat test is only going to verify the fact that if I'm not getting weaker, I'm not gaining body fat percentage, and I'm not losing strength. So hope this is helpful information, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions about how to do this stuff. Other than that, see ya.